Uh, Taylor, just you had 14 free throw attempts today. Usually, we see you get a higher number. Do you contribute that more to the team in terms of you weren't as aggressive as usual, or do you think, Boston got 28 and they just got more calls in this game?
Sure.
What do you just make of the way the team played overall? Obviously, you're missing a lot of size in that game with Jaren still out and no Steven.
Yeah, that's an elite team. They, obviously played great. Tatum had a heck of a game. I'm proud of our guys with the fight. We ended up, having a pretty tough second quarter. Going kind of heads are spinning a little bit, but regroup, came back, had a great third quarter, going to the fourth quarter with a 1-point lead. And, when they're just switching with that physicality, it makes us hard to kind of play with our pace. We kind of slowed down a little bit too much. And it'll be good film to go back. This is stuff we're going to see more teams with their physicality and how they switch against us. But our guys just kept competing, despite being down and guys having a night. We fought until the end. Obviously it's a one-possession game at the end, but extremely proud of our guys. A couple breakdowns I wish we could have had back, in a one-possession game. So we'll watch the film there. But for the most part, the way our guys competed, the spirit, all that stuff, when you don't really have the pace, like you want, and then getting down to the rim and all that stuff, because you got to give them credit. They're an elite defense when they can switch and play with that physicality. But a lot of great learning from this in the game.
More in the second quarter, why were they able to score more and you weren't able to stop them, and why weren't you able to match them up offensively?
Yeah, I think, they got into the paint way too much. Our transition defense kind of suffered. Our one-on-one defense, they were just getting 2 feet in the paint pretty much every time. It's Tatum getting downhill, it's Brown getting downhill, it's White getting downhill, it's Brogdon getting downhill, and that just collapsed our defense. And then we overhelped too much, and that just, they'd have 2 guys wide open on the three-point line. So, when we're taking the ball out of the net, give up 37 points, it's hard for us to get our pace going. They started switching more in the second quarter, which really kind of threw us off. But then, luckily we tried to find a rhythm offensively in the second half. But that second quarter definitely turned the game.
Taylor, in this one, you held Boston below their average for three-point makes and three-point percentage. Just despite not getting the win there, just what were some of those bright spots that you saw there? Was it more of execution on that point, or like what you had said about just they were just getting to the paint downhill and they were exposing paint defense?
Yeah, I think outside of the second quarter, they only had 3 made threes in the second half. They had 9 at halftime, and a lot of that was the second quarter where they went their flurry. It was nothing really game plan wise. It was just they were just getting downhill with too much ease. We were overhelping. They got clean looks, but then as the game went on, I thought we did a better job one-on-one shift defense, and then our rotations were cleaner. We had the right rotations from our bottom guy to our weak side guys. So they definitely had a flurry in the second. Luckily, our guys bounced back, found a way to build a lead, going into the fourth quarter. But definitely just a product of just being better on the ball.
Taylor, I know you guys have had a next man up mentality all year, but to have neither of your typical starting bigs and to tie on the boards with this team against the Celtics, what does that say about the hustle and the heart for you guys?
Yeah, it says a lot. We definitely have to continue embracing the next man up mentality. I thought our guys were fighting extremely hard. Our guards got in there. We quoted after DB with 7 defensive rebounds, Ja with 8. Love what I'm seeing out of Ja from a rebounding standpoint. Dez with 5. So especially when Steve-O's out, and Jaren out, we just have to have guys step up, and it's not just the bigs, it's the guards. But credit to them, because we obviously know that's been a weakness of ours, is rebounding defensively. But that was huge for us tonight.
How challenging is it to sort of balance the minutes of Dylan, Ja, and Dez, especially late? I think he played the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter without Ja or Dez out there. What are you thinking about as you're going into that final quarter?
Yeah, I think Ja was rolling in that third quarter, so he ended up playing the whole quarter. So I was going to give him just a few-minute break, then coming back. Dez played a different stretch than normal. Just trying to be smart. I think DB was in foul trouble in that third quarter, so then he ended up playing with the second unit. So we obviously switched some things up. So those 2 guys played longer than normal, and then obviously they kind of went on a lead, a little run there in the first couple of minutes. But luckily our guys kept battling, kept it really close and didn't let it get away from us, and we had our chances at the end. Credit the Celtics for making a little bit more plays.
Taylor, what was your assessment of the small ball lineup that you used in the final few minutes when you sub Santi out, put John in?
Yeah, I mean, I loved how Jitty was playing tonight. Obviously, how he spaced the floor, but coming up with rebounds, loose balls. I thought his defensive effort was really good. Good one-on-one defense. Down the stretch. He was playing well in the second half. Just really wanted to reward him there, and we knew we were going to change some coverages up and switch. And I thought he was doing a good job there defensively, but also just another weapon out there on offense to hopefully knock down a shot to space the floor for Ja.
Just to follow up, you started Santi Aldama, out guarding on the perimeter against Marcus Smart, and then I think Ja started on Grant Williams. Just what went into that decision process?
Yeah, I mean, we just, obviously they had been starting White, so, we wanted to give them just a little bit different look. Maybe we were going to switch a little bit at the beginning of the game. Obviously, Smart got a couple open looks. Obviously, we'll go back, watch the film, and see where we maybe mistake there.